I conclude, therefore, contrary to common opinion that says that peoples, when they hold power, are variable, changeable, and ungrateful, affirming that in them there exist no other sins than exist in particular princes. If anyone were to blame peoples and princes alike, he might be telling the truth. But he would be deceiving himself by excluding princes, for a people that exercises power and is well organized will be stable, prudent, and grateful no differently from a prince, or better than a prince, and will even be considered wise. And, on the other hand, a prince freed from the restraint of the laws will be even more ungrateful, variable, and imprudent than a people. A good man can speak to an intractable and unruly people and can easily lead them back down the right path. Nobody can speak to an evil prince, nor is there any other remedy for him than the sword. That's from Machiavelli's Discourses on Livy. One of the things I find disappointing, unfortunate about American education is that at some point you'll probably read The Prince by Machiavelli, his most famous work, but Discourses on Livy, which are his commentaries on the Roman historian Livy, are probably much more useful and I think much more revealing of who Machiavelli was as a political thinker, not some apologist for despotism, as you kind of get in The Prince, but someone who is actually very much interested in how one preserves a republic, how one preserves something like self government. And I wanted to read that passage from Discourses. This is chapter 58 of the Discourses, book one, chapter 58, because it gets to something true, right? Which is that the virtue of collective self government is it pools expertise, it pools ability, it pools wisdom. You can hear my dog slurping water. And one of the disadvantages of tyranny, of despotism, of authoritarianism is that it's brittle, that you're relying on the sense of a single person that can go wildly astray and often will. The discourses were published posthumously in 1531, which is to say that this insight about the dangers of authoritarian rule and the benefits of collective self government are almost half a millennia old. And I want to bring that up just to say that what we're experiencing now in the United States isn't new or novel. Thinkers have anticipated it for quite some time. And they've offered thoughts about how to confront it. And I think that we're in this moment where it's worth revisiting those thoughts and trying to take in those lessons for ourselves.